In this series, I'm starting over as a broke level 1 player with the goal of becoming a GTA Online veteran. But in order to do so, I'll have to complete every objective on this list while having a limit of 2 hours a day to play. So with that being said, welcome back to another episode of Rags to Riches 2-hour edition. Today, I'm going to continue working towards completing my top 10 garage of my favorite car from each year. And to do so, I'm going to use some of the bonus money methods this week, as well as one brand new money method to the game. The two cars I'm looking to purchase from my top 10 garage today are going to be my favorite car from 2014 and my favorite car from 2016. But with that being said, the first thing I'm going to do today is a brand new mission in the game, or a brand new way to make money, and that is the Madrazo hits. Once per day, we're going to get this little purple icon on the map, and we could go to it and complete essentially a payphone hit, but it's with Madrazo. Okay, so we have reached the icon, and now we have to contact Martin Madrazo, and the way these work is we're essentially doing a payphone hit where we're taking out a target, but unlike the payphone hits, instead of completing a certain challenge to get the most amount of money, we just have to take out the target with a certain weapon. So in my case, we have the sniper rifle, and I should also mention that you have to have a bail enforcement office in order for these to pop up. So our target is right here. I'm going to take him out with the sniper rifle. There you go. I do have to take a photo of him very quickly. We got a couple people here trying to take me out, but I've taken out the target. Now we have a photo of the target, send it to Madrazo, and all we have to do now is leave. And there you go. Hit complete. We just got $60,000 for it. Now it is currently double money, but you could do these once per day after this week, and every time you do them, you will get $30,000. Now, although this isn't great money because we can't do it every 10 minutes like we can with the payphone hits, at least it's something new to do, and it is a simple way to make 30k every day or 60k for this week, which is never really a bad thing. Although I do gotta say, the fact that you need to own a bail office in order for them to pop up is sort of crazy to me, but we already know Rockstar doesn't really make sense anymore. But with that, I have roughly 1.4 million, and I'm going to need to get to around maybe $2.2 million for the two cars today. So the next thing I'm gonna do is go over here to jobs, play job, Rockstar created, and I'm going to do some of the Madrazo missions, which are currently paying out double money NRP. Now, there's probably 10 to 15 different Madrazo missions you could do, but there are only a couple that I think are worth doing. So I'm going to go through 5 of them today and see how much I can make in roughly 1 hour with these. So like I said, they're paying out double money. These are very easy to do, and the first one I'm going to do is Editor and Thief. I'm going to make sure to put it to hard so that I get to 1.5 times money, get all my ammo, get the heavy armor. And now let's get into it. All of these missions can be done solo, which is great. And I'm currently at level 98. Hopefully I could reach level 100 by the end of this video. Okay, so for Editor and Thief, we first have to go to the Daily Globe offices, which are right here. And it's going to give us a location to an editor. Once we get there, we're going to have to take out this editor, which we could easily do here with the Oppressor MK II. And okay, my bad. So I guess we have to take out the editor. We cannot blow them up. Good to know. Let's try this mission again. All right, here is the editor, and we got him. We got to steal the evidence, which I assume, oh, it actually dropped behind him here. We're going to pick up the evidence. There you go. And now all we have to do is bring it back to Madrazo's house, and that's going to be the end of the mission. And here we are at Madrazo's house. That's the end of the mission. That took, what, maybe 3 minutes max? And we should be making, I actually don't know exactly how much we've been making, but we're going to make decent money for the amount of time that we actually spent on this mission. And the beauty of this is we could play these missions back to back to back or rotate through a bunch of them and make decent money. So 15k, not a lot, but for 3 minutes, that's not bad. The next Madrazo mission I'm going to do is Out of Court Settlement. This one is very similar to the last one where we got to take out a person here, pick up the evidence or pick up the package, and then bring it over to Madrazo's house. And here we are. That's the mission over. Let's see how much we make this time. $9,000. Not much. Next up, I'm going to do Rooftop Rumble, and if you're an OG of the game, you know this is an old favorite. Now, this one is a little bit more complicated than the last ones. For this, we're going to have to take out a ton of professionals or enemies here. Okay, that's not what I planned for. Oh, no, I died. Okay, let's try that again. And this should be the final professional I got to take out. There you go. Now we got a few more coming in. And now that we've taken out all the professionals, we have to go and steal the documents, which are going to be in this car here. I gotta try to be as quick as possible with this. Can I take out the driver? No, I cannot. There you go. Finally took him out. Picked up the documents. Now I'm going to call up my Oppressor MK II and fly back to Madrazo's house. Now, although these missions are very straightforward and easy, they used to be a lot harder when we didn't have the Oppressor MK II or the Sparrow or whatever it may be. So These are very old missions, they are OG missions, but they are fun to do, and I always find that when things like this go on double money, it's always a great time to play them again for maybe an hour or two just to get a feel of that nostalgia, and just to have a bit of a reminder of what the game used to be like back in the day. Anyways, we are here at Madrazo's house, that is the end of the mission. Let's see how much we get paid this time. Hopefully it's going to be a little bit more than the other ones. 22,000. Okay, not too bad. The next Madrazo mission I'm going to do is Trash Talk. This mission is very simple, especially with the Oppressor MK II. All I have to do is go around the map and take out a bunch of garbage trucks. That is going to be number 2. Number 3 is right there. And number 4 is right behind the trees. There you go. Now we have to go over to El Burro Heights and destroy some more garbage trucks. There's going to be a bunch of enemies here as well though, so we got to take these guys out and then we can move on to the garbage trucks. Alright, we got 2 garbage trucks here. I'm going to try to hit them both at the same time. There you go, efficiency. We got another 2 here. Could we get efficiency again? Yes. And for the final one, I'll throw a grenade, save myself some money. Does that count? Yes. Okay, the crew boss is trying to flee. All I have to do is take him out, and I might just run him over with my oppressor. Does that do it? No. I'll wait for him to get up, just for it to knock him back down. There you go. And what? Is that the mission? Okay, mission passed. I was about to say, how did I fail that? But 22,000 again, not too bad. So these missions don't pay out a lot, but it is fun to try something new, and it's always good to mix stuff up, as well as we're getting tons of RP, which is always good. And although there's one more I want to do, now that we have these selections here, I'm going to go right into another rooftop rumble. Okay, so once again, we are here at the garage. I'm going to go through, take everybody out as fast as I possibly can, and then we're going to get the evidence and bring it back to Madrazo. Alright, now I once again have to go steal the documents, except this time I've gotten ahead of the driver, so hopefully we can take him out early. Perfect. Now I can pick up the documents and bring them back to Madrazo. It is crazy to think though that back in the day we would have spent about 10 minutes total just driving to and from different places during these missions, and then we'd only get paid like 10k. So 10k for 15-20 minutes of work is crazy. But here we are back at the house. Let's see how much we get paid this time. And this time we get 16,000. Okay. But now I'm going to do the 5th and final Madrazo mission that I think is actually worth it, and that is water the vineyard. For this mission, we first have to go over here to the Marlow Valley Vineyard, and we have to take out the judge. They're going to be heavily guarded, but they're going to be in this car here, and they're taking off. Okay. Can we get the judge here? Yes, we can. Now all we have to do is photograph the judge and take off. There you go. Now we gotta head over to Madrazo's house. And here we are. Let's see how much we make. Can it be a decent amount? 10k. Okay, so the main ones you're gonna want to stick to, if I remember the names correctly, is Rooftop Rumble and Trash Talk. But with that, I'm gonna keep doing these missions for another half hour or so to make it a full hour of doing the missions to see just how much money I can make. And with that mission, we just hit rank 100, which is a huge milestone in the series. And that is it. That is the final mission. I spent just about an hour doing these missions, 22,000, there you go. And in total, I made roughly $225,000 in an hour, which is pretty good, considering I did a couple missions that just weren't worth the money. If you do Rooftop Rumble and you do Trash Talk back to back to back, or even just do Trash Talk over and over since it's so simple, you can easily make over $250,000 per hour with the mission. But since I only have 40 minutes left for today's episode, I'm going to do the 2 weekly time trials, maybe a couple other things, and then pick up the 2 new cars. There you go, that's $100,000. Let's now go do the HSW time trial. And here we are just in time for the HSW time trial, 250k. We now have enough money to go buy the 2 cars. Now the first car I'm going to pick up is my favorite one from 2014, and that is the Zentorno. Now for most people this will probably be in their top 5 or top 10 cars ever, simply because it is so good looking, and if you were playing back in the day, 2013 to 2015 era, this is by far one of the best cars that ever came out. It actually drove really well and had some of the coolest modifications you could have for a car. So I'm going to pick it up in black. It's only $725,000, so it's fairly cheap, but that there is car number 1. And here it is, fully customized. I decided to go with a Torino, I think, or Formula Red with a white secondary accent so that the wheels really pop. I got some splitters on the side. I added a decent amount of detailing, didn't add a spoiler or anything because I think it takes away from the car, but look at this thing. Usually the colorway I like to go with this car is black and red, or black and orange even, but I think the red and white for the channel colors works decently well. Let me know what you guys would do in the comment section down below with this car. It is beautiful, and We're going to take it here for a very quick spin, but you can see already this car has fairly decent handling and great speed, which is why it was so popular, so popular back in the day. By far my favorite car back in the day, aside from the Adder, and still to this day, I think it's a top 5 car in the entire game. And here it is back at the garage. We got the 2013 best car, 2014 best car, 2018 is the Italia GTO back there, and the Niobe for 2024 is right here. So we have 4 cars of the 11 that we need from 2013 to 2024. And I was going to buy one more car today, but I actually want to leave this one up to you guys. I was going to buy the Nero today because it is on discount from 1.44 million all the way down to 1 million, especially since it can be turned into a custom version with the Benny's Workshop. But because we already have a Bugatti in the garage and there may be another Bugatti coming for a different year, I actually want to leave the choice up to you, or at least hear your input. So I have quite a few contenders for 2016. The first is the Nero. The second is the Tempesta, which is based off, I believe, the Lamborghini Huracan. I'm actually starting to realize how many cars they actually removed in the past couple updates. It is crazy, because there's cars here that are contenders for 2016 and contenders for my favorite car from each year, and they're not even here on the website. I'll just throw pictures up instead, but the other contenders for 2016 are the Elegy Retro Custom, incredible car based off the Nissan Skyline, the same one that was used in Fast and Furious. We have the Comet Retro Custom, the Italia GTB, and the FMJ. So tons of cars. Let me know in the comment section down below which car you would get. I was leaning towards the Nero, but because we already have the Adder, maybe I'll choose a different car. But with that, that's going to be all for today's episode. I hope you guys did enjoy. We got one more car added to the garage, and we tried out some other cool new and old money methods that I think were a good use of time, because it's always good to try out different things in the game instead of always grinding things like the Cayo Perico Heist or the Dre Contract. But with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like. If you're new, subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Peace.